the decision-making framework Fortune 500 CEOs actually use. The average executive makes dozens of decisions every single day. Some are small, others shape the future of an entire team, project, or company. But here's what separates great leaders from everyone else. It's not that they always make the right decision. It's that they don't make decisions the way most people do. Most of us decide with emotion first. Then we search for logic to justify what we've already chosen. We trust our instincts, become attached to an idea, and spend the rest of the process looking for evidence that we're right. Top executives reverse that process. They use structured frameworks that reduce bias before it has the chance to influence the outcome. That's why companies like McKinsey, Bain, and BCG teach decision-making systems instead of relying on intuition alone. Today, I'll walk you through a simple 3-phase framework you can start using immediately. It isn't about making perfect decisions. It's about making consistently better ones. Let's begin. The first phase is widen your options. This is where most bad decisions actually begin. Not because people choose the wrong option, because they never considered enough options in the first place. Our brains naturally think in pairs. Should I stay or quit? Should I launch now or wait? Should I say yes or no? Psychologists call this narrow framing. We unconsciously reduce complex decisions into only 2 choices, but real life rarely gives us only 2 paths. The most successful decision-makers force themselves to think beyond the obvious. One exercise is called the vanishing options test. Imagine that every option you're currently considering suddenly disappears. You can't choose any of them. Now ask yourself, what would I do instead? Keep brainstorming until you've identified at least 1 or 2 additional alternatives. Very often, the third option turns out to be better than either of the first 2. The lesson is simple. Never evaluate a decision until you've created at least 3 realistic choices. More options create better thinking. The second phase is reality test your assumptions. Once we have a favorite option, something interesting happens. Our brain quietly changes jobs. Instead of evaluating the idea, it starts defending it. This is called confirmation bias. We notice information that supports our opinion and ignore information that challenges it. That's why smart people still make poor decisions. The solution is surprisingly simple. Run a premortem. Instead of asking, "Why will this succeed?" ask, "It's 1 year from today, and this decision completely failed. What caused it?" Write down every possible reason. Maybe customers didn't respond. Maybe the timeline was unrealistic. Maybe your assumptions were wrong. Maybe a competitor moved faster. By imagining failure before it happens, you expose risks while there's still time to fix them. Great leaders don't avoid negative thinking. They schedule it intentionally, because identifying problems early is much cheaper than solving them later. The third phase is Attain Distance. This is where emotional intelligence becomes practical. Strong emotions create narrow thinking. Fear, excitement, frustration, overconfidence, all of them push us toward short-term decisions. One of the simplest tools for creating distance is called the 10-10-10 rule. Ask yourself 3 questions. How will I feel about this decision in 10 minutes? How will I feel in 10 months? How will I feel in 10 years? The first answer captures your emotions. The second gives you perspective. The third reminds you what actually matters. Many decisions that feel urgent today become completely irrelevant a year from now. The final question forces you to think beyond temporary pressure. There's another powerful technique. Ask yourself, if my best friend came to me with this exact situation, what advice would I give them? It's amazing how much wiser we become when we're solving someone else's problem instead of our own. Distance removes emotional noise, and clearer thinking produces better decisions. Now let's put the framework together. Step 1. Widen your options. Don't settle for the first 2 ideas that come to mind. Generate at least 3 genuine alternatives before deciding. Step 2. Reality test your assumptions. Run a premortem. Assume the decision failed. Then work backward to discover why. Step 3. Create distance. Use the 10-10-10 rule. Ask what advice you'd give someone else. Separate today's emotions from tomorrow's consequences. There's one final habit that ties everything together. Keep a decision log. Whenever you make an important decision, write down 4 things. What decision you made, why you made it, what assumptions you're making, and what outcome you expect. Then revisit it 3 or 6 months later. You'll begin noticing patterns. Maybe you consistently underestimate timelines. Maybe you ignore warning signs. Maybe you make your best decisions after seeking outside opinions. Or maybe your biggest mistakes happen when you're rushed. The decision log isn't there to judge your choices. It's there to improve your process. Because great decision makers don't just learn from outcomes, they learn from their thinking. And that's what makes them consistently better over time. Remember this: the quality of your life and your career is shaped by the quality of your decisions. Better thinking leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to better opportunities. And better opportunities create better results. The goal isn't to eliminate mistakes. The goal is to build a process that makes good decisions more likely and bad decisions less frequent. That's exactly what this framework is designed to do. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more psychology, leadership, and decision-making frameworks designed to help you think more clearly, lead more effectively, and perform at your highest level.